Nalulungkot ako para kay Secretary Recto at Governor Vilma Santos dahil matagal na silang nasa politika na may mga pangalang inaalagaan. At ngayon pa lalabas ang mga isyong ito. Pero mas nalulungkot ako para sa Batangas at sa ating bayan dahil sa mga ginagawa ng mga pinakamataas na opisyal gamit ang pera ng bayan. Lalo kung hindi man lang tutugunan ang mga aligasyong ito at kung hindi inaaprubahan ang pagbaba ng VAT at mga buwis sa langis o ibinibigay ang ayuda para sa lahat na nabanggit ko na sa mga nakaraang pagkakataon. Kung hindi totoo ang mga sinasabi ko ngayon, hindi dapat tahimik si Secretary Recto at Governor Vilma tungkol sa umano'y korupsyon sa DPWH sa Batangas at ang mga aligasyon kay Kong Garjola na tinawagan ng ICI na binuo ng gobyernong ito bilang isa sa mga pinakamalaking kontraktor ng DPWH sa Kongreso. Mabuti kung ipaliwanag nila kung totoo bang malaki ang ginastos ni Garjola para sa kanilang kampanya at ano ang kapalit at kung si Garjola ay kaibigan lang ba o funder din. At kung hindi sasagutin ni Secretary Recto ang mga aligasyong ito, hinahamon ko si Yusek Claire Castro sa susunod niyang press briefing na sagutin kung tama ba na may ganitong aligasyon kay Executive Secretary Recto, bakit hindi pa sinasalang si Secretary Recto sa Commission on Appointments at kung ayaw din ba nilang buksan ang mga detalye ng dalawang kasong plunder ni E.S. Recto sa Ombudsman. Mabuti ding magpaliwanag si Yusek Castro kung bakit ba talaga natanggal sa pwesto si Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin nang walang paliwanag at ipinalit isang respetadong dating Chief Justice ng Supreme Court sa isang taong ngayong may dalawang kasong plunder sa Ombudsman. Hindi lang DPWH ang posibleng pagkukunan ng pondo ni Recto at Garjola. Dahil ayon sa mga politiko sa iba't ibang mga bayan ng Batangas, ang nasa likod ng STL operator ng Batangas, Refresh Gaming, ay si Recto at Garjola, na ang isang humaharap para sa kanila ay si San Juan Vice Mayor Anthony Marasigan. Habang nasa kabinete ng Republika ng Pilipinas si Secretary Recto, mayroon bukis o second table ang Refresh sa kanyang sariling lalawigan. Kaya nananawagan din ako sa Kongreso na imbestigahan ang operations ng Refresh Gaming Corporation sa Batangas. Ang mga politiko sa Batangas ay maaaring tumestigo na dahil si Governor Vilma Santos ay nasa Kapitolyo, si Executive Secretary Ralph Recto sa Malacanang at suportado sila ni Congressman Garjola, kompleto ang makinarya para gawing negosyo ang Batangas.
Kay NBI Director Melvin Matibag, inilabas ang sabina kay Leviste at Paras para magpaliwanag sa issue at kung hindi sila humarap sa pagdinig ay magpapatuloy ang kawanian sa susunod na hakbang batay sa mga makakalap na ebidensya.
Hindi sumipot sa NBI sina Batangas Representative Leandro Leviste at former Congressman Jacinto Jing Paras.
We just invoke Representative Leviste's right to remain silent.
There is no such thing as set up. There is no such thing as tanimpokpok. Mali yan. In fact, I think binago ng statement ng NBI na wala namang gano'n na tanimpokpok. Kasi nangyari ito in 2025.
Walang kinalaman sa tangkang honey trap plot at character assassination laban kay Executive Secretary Ralph Recto. Ito ang iginiit ng abogado nila Batangas 1st District Representative Leandro Leviste at dating Negros Oriental 1st District Representative Jacinto Jing Paras. Kanina, no-show sina Congressman Leviste at dating Congressman Jing Paras sa tanggapan ng National Bureau of Investigation National Capital Region. Pero nagpadala naman ng mga ito ng kanilang abogado para tumugon sa patawag ng NBI-NCR.
We were allowed to peruse some affidavits.
Today, one of the alleged people involved will speak out on his side of the honey trap allegation issue. Joining our discussion is former Congressman Manong Jing Paras. Look at him, he's 72 years old. What? Yeah. Welcome to the spokes, Manong Jing.
Welcome to you also, to my humble, invitation.
Wait. Suki ka ng BNC eh. Pero dito sa Spoke, is this your first time?
Yes.
First time. First time sa Spoke. Can I ask the first question lang?
Oh, go ahead, please.
Magkabatch kami sa Congress kasi. Are you an original campaigner of the UNI team nung last presidential elections?
Well, I had supported them because kaibigan ko si Martin at the time, no? Magkapadre kami. Pero because I was the presidential political advisor
Of?
of President
Okay.
Duterte,
Oh, sorry. President Duterte.
hindi kami kasama doon sa unit team.
Dahil?
Dahil si PRRD did not give his support.
Okay. Hindi, by the way, there was a kwento ni Congressman Sandro Marcos na may 3 daw na kinausap si BBM when he visited Malacanang. The President Duterte did not speak to him, but there were 3 officials. One was Bongo Medialdea, and the third one was allegedly you raw.
Katang-isip lang ni Sandro yan.
No, he didn't mention any names, but it was floated
Yeah, but
na.
katang-isip in the sense that I don't think at the time si President Duterte was already resigned to the fact that it's Marcos who's running with Sara. No?
Paano niya tinanggap na si VP Sara run under President Marcos?
Hindi niya tinanggap yon.
Oh.
He felt bad. I had an interview here with Pinky. In fact, galit nga si Bongo sa akin kasi nagsabi ako ng totoo na nagtampo talaga si PRRD because he told me personally in front of Presby that nakipag-meeting sila with Bongo and Marcos and Romualdez. Bongo wanted to become vice president of Bongbong.
Moving forward, anong kwento ang alam nyo? Ba't sumabog yung unity? What happened? Kasi medyo malalim na tong away na to, hindi na to biro.
Maraming usapan noong kinonvince nila si BP Sara to run for vice president. Hindi nila tinupad.
Okay.
One is, I think, magiging speaker si GMA uli.
Okay.
Hindi tinupad yon. Inunahan na ni Martin. Pangalawa, they promised her the appointment of Department of National Defense Secretary.
Si
Hindi rin nila
VP.
tinupad yon. And parang hindi sila at home with Vice President Sara.
Kasi medyo personal na yung laban. Hindi na simpleng politika yung laban. Yung impeachment is part of the Constitution. It's part of the process. Allegedly or supposedly to punish erring officials from the President down to the Vice President and others. But in this particular case, where your name is being mentioned, di ba? Parang masyadong personal na to. So ang tanong ko lang, do you know alias Ken?
Yeah, of course, matagal ko nang kakilala yan since 2022 after the kasi syempre out of government na ako, so nag-sideline ako. I invested in, mayroon akong kaibigan na nagpo-produce ng mga Viva movies.
Okay.
So nag-invest ako. One of the occasion, nakilala ko ito si alias Ken. Sometime in 2022.
Did he become your friend?
Ano siya masigasig So he calls me sometimes, pare, pakilala kita dito sa mga babae na ito, ganyan. So in 2024, pumunta siya sa bahay and he offered me, nag-offer siya sa akin, Kong, sama ka dito sa pinoproduce kong movie. Ang gaganda naman ng mga talents ko, mga Viva Max actress. Sabi niya, okay ito sila kasi ito yung kinukuha ng isang top official. Ito daw ang kinukuha. There was this assistant nitong top official na taga-contact niya. Pangalan Brian or something. So, sabi niya, mahilig itong top official na ito sa So, at that time, hindi naman ako interesado sa sinasabi niya until itong present time. Naalala ko, maraming controversy itong top official na ito No? Sa PhilHealth, yung Batman or mga ganun. So I felt that I'm in the opposition. It's worth
Checking, looking
checking
into.
and kung nga pala sinabi ni Lito ito. Baka nga nandyan sa top pero mayroong mga kalukuhan na ginagawa. He has to be exposed or para masabi natin sa taong bayan na these are the kind of people na nagmamanage sa with all this corruption, tapos mayroon pang immorality, something like that.
Personal question. Si alias Ken ba, did he ever offered you girls?
Yeah,
Oh.
nag-offer.
Wait,
oh.
so it's correct to say na bugaw siya talaga?
Bugaw siya, dito lang sa text message eh.
You have text?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yung sinasabi nilang dahil daw sa text, I was the one framing up, hindi po totoo yan.
Because that was the claim of Attorney
It's the
Raymond
other way
Palad.
around. Ganito ang nangyari. So he went to my house.
Sorry.
Kasi naalala ko, he came to my house at sinabi ko sa kanya, pare, naalala mo ba yung sinabi mo last time? Oo, totoo yan ko. Gusto ko ngang sabihin sana sa publiko yung mga ginagawa niya. Sabi ko, are you sure? There were 2 other visitors I had eh. Naririnig siya. Tapos sabi niya, totoo yan kung in fact yung mga girls na binigay ko, I can even gather them.
Oh.
Sabi niya, I gather them at papasalitain ko. Pero sabi niya, paano yung bayad niyan? Doon ang galing.
So the motive is still money. Okay.
So, paano yung bayad niyan? Sabi ko, Lito, wag na muna natin pag-usapan yung pera. Hindi mo pa nga nalatag yung sinasabi mo. Kailangan mapakita ko yan sa mga abogado. That's why the lawyer has to play a role here. Because, siyempre, interviewin nila yung sinasabi niyang ano. Sabi ko, sige, kausapin mo yung
The
ano mo.
lawyers being si Attorney Rondain and Attorney...
Yes.
By
No,
the-
si Rondain kasi, siyang tinawagan ko because he's one of my best friends. Classmate ko sa UP College of Law. Eh.
Okay.
That's where, kasi sometimes pag nagko-consult ako, siyang tinatawagan ko because he has a law office. So, pero at the time, hindi ko pa naisip yun kasi although I needed a lawyer, pero birth pa lang ito nung usapan namin na kakausapin niya yung mga babae na binibigay niya doon sa top official na yan if they were willing to tell their stories. So, after 1 week, napakabilis. Sabi niya, nag-gather ko na yung mga girls, ganyan-ganyan. So, hindi na ako tinitigilan, pare.
So your first meeting was July 8, di ba? O July,
No,
or
our
July 15?
meeting was May pa. May 12. May 17. Nag-usap kami May 12, May 17, hanggang May, June. Tawag siya ng tawag. Kasi I had a hard time setting the lawyer kasi busy eh.
Oh.
So, he keeps on prodding me na, ito, nandito lahat sa text message yung conversation namin. I was even in Macau, tumawag siya. Sabi ko, Lito, nasa Macau ako. Sabi, kailan balik mo ko? Ganyan. Tapos, in one time, may press con ako, tawag siya. So, halos everyday tumatawag.
Pero biyudo ka na, Kong Jing. di ba?
Yes.
Biyudo ka na.
Yes.
Okay.
So available na siya yung...
no. I'm just asking kasi I asked a question kanina na baka nakasagasa ako ng ibang tao. Kaya I had to ask, I also remembered na biyudo na nga.
So, ganito yung ano dyan. Sila talaga ang nagsabi, kasi mahirap mag-create ng story against somebody, the details. The details were all coming from the girls na dinala niya doon sa meeting namin.
Ilang babae ito?
4 nung una, it took 2 months eh. Kasi hindi available si Attorney Rondain, but may binibigay siyang lawyer. Nagkataon lang nga ito na mayroon silang inuman. Sabi niya, classmate, ito na yung pagkakataon. Nandito kami ni Attorney Mindiola. Dalhin mo dito yung ano.
Si Orly Mendiola
Kasi kung may plano pa, hindi, kung mayroon pa kaming motive, dapat noon pa, bilis-bilis.
Oo nga.
Pero it took time because walang time si Attorney Rondain to give me a lawyer.
Ang sabi kasi ni Manong Jing kanina, gustong magkwento sila Ken at yung mga babae in exchange for money.
Yes.
And how much money was involved here?
Well, ang una niyang
Wala ka namang komisyon doon, ha?
Ang una niyang sinabi, sabi niya, kailangan namin pera dyan, Kong, kasi baka mamaya, pag nag-execute na kami ng affidavit, baka mataas na tao ito, baka tambangan kami, kung ano-ano. Eh, kung magtago kami, kailangan namin ng mga pera. Sabi ko, Lito, let's not talk about money. Tapos naisip niya,
So what were you talking about? National interest?
well, I was talking about national interest because here comes a top official. Mayroon pala siyang tinatagong allegedly. Allegedly. Kasi hindi pa naman namin na-quiz yung thoroughly yung mga babae dahil ini-interview pa sila.
Question lang. Assuming magkwento sila, what is the plan? To personally entrap the high official? Or
No.
magkikwento lang sila, i-affidavit?
Pakulo ni Matibag lang na.
Matibag?
Melvin, NBI director.
Melvin, pakulo
okay.
lang niya yung honey trap. Alam, can you imagine, ikaw, top official kayo. Tapos,
Kami
kukuha
pati
kami
mo.
ng babae, tapos ipapain namin sa inyo. Would you think that is a feasible, It's so,
Pero Kong Jing,
absurd,
did alias Ken ever mention to you that that top official is a customer of his customer?
Yes,
He did?
he did.
So there are, and you kept on
Kaya nga
mentioning...
kaya nga binibida niya sa akin na ang gaganda nitong mga babae, mag-invest ka dito sa movie kasi ito nga inaalok ko sa mga officials.
So, there was a recorded meeting where Orly and Rondain were together with you and the others.
Yes.
You do not deny that photo?
We will not deny that video.
Okay.
Pero yung pinakita nila, that was the second day na. Wala na yung mga
Second
babae.
meeting.
No? Second meeting.
Ah.
Hindi ko alam kung they have a video of the first, no?
Right.
Where they were 4 girls. Makikita mo doon, walang papel, nothing. It was just a conversation between Attorney Mindiola, nandiyan kami, present ako, present si Attorney Rondain. They were talking about their experience. Sinasabi, ano bang nangyari, mga ganito. So, nagkwento sila. Nire-record ni Attorney Mindiola. Then later on, he summarized it into a piece of paper. Mayroong mga 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tapos binigyan niya akong kopya.
By the way, full disclosure, si Orly Mendiola is my kasama kong pumasok sa Kisumbing Torres and Evangelista.
Okay.
So he's a very good lawyer.
So, pare, I don't think these big-time lawyers, they have reached at certain stage, tagal na, would be doing a frame up for somebody. Paano mo ilalagay yung mga details doon?
The interesting question came in. You're the one who was mentioning the name of Congressman Leandro Levis, according to Attorney Palad.
I never mentioned. It was this guy kasi
That guy being
itong si
alias
Lito.
Ken.
Si Lito, alias
Okay.
Ken.
Okay.
Nung umpisa pa lang, nung sinabi ko, wag muna natin pag-usapan yung pera, ang bilis niyang isip niya. Sabi niya, hindi ba magkalaban si Recto at saka magkalaban
Leandro.
si Recto at saka si Lebiste? Kung kaibigan mo yata yan, bakit hindi mo tanungin kung siya na ang mag-finance nito? It was his idea. Kasi sabi niya, napakayaman yan eh. Kayang-kaya niyang...
6 million daw yung hinihingi sa inyo?
6 million. Tapos, sabi ko,
Nagpapasukli ka daw ng 500,000?
yung offer niya ako, pagka, sabi niya, mayroon kang komisyon yan kung pagka nakausap mo si Libiste. Sabi ko, pare, hindi ko kilala yan. Nagkakasama ko sa mga pero I have no access to him. Sabi ko sa kanya. But he keeps on, sabi niya, subukan mo kung, subukan mo. So, in all our conversation, like sabi ko, nag-alibay na lang ako dahil hindi niya ako tinitingnan. Sabi ko, hindi ko pa nakakausap si Kong eh. Tapos sabi ko, busy yun eh, maraming trabaho yun eh, sabi ko.
Question lang, from the lawyer kasi, parang nagsumbong si Ken, alias Ken, sa isang kakilala ng high official. Tapos doon na nag-umpisa yung plano na huliin sila. Is that true?
Actually, nakakuha ko ng somebody, a good friend of mine siguro, somewhere. He sent me a conversation between a certain Ambet Nabus and alias Ken or Lito.
Okay.
Sorry, what's the relevance of this? Who's Ambet Nabus?
Ito yung
Sports
nag-set
writer.
up sa kanila. Ito yung parang kaibigan ng mga Recto family, lalo na kay Vilma. tinawagan si 26 yung huling meeting namin. Nung 27 ng umaga, base dito sa document na nakuha ko, there was a conversation between Ambit Nabus and alias Ken.
Okay.
Sinasabi na may darating na mga Hapon, contact this certain Chantal, Munsor alias Chantal, siyang mag-arrange. At the next day, darating yung mga Hapon sa gabi, dadalhin yung mga babae sa isang flash hotel in Ermita. So,
Okay.
nag-gather si Ken ng naniwala siya doon sa kwento, nagdala siya ng mga babae. Pagdating doon, hindi naman pala Hapon, NBI na. So, ang thinking ko, this is my personal view, mayroon nang nakatunog na si top official, no? At nakipagsabuatan na sa NBI para
There was no conflict on your statement because according to Raymond Palad, si alias Ken approached someone,
Yeah.
a friend of the top official, and then sorry, yes,
Yeah.
informed the top official that there is a operation against him.
Yeah.
So and then doon na nakapasok siguro.
Tapos,
Yeah.
nung that happened in the 28th, nung 30 ng umaga, he called me.
Anong buwan ito?
July.
July.
July
Okay.
30, he called me.
Recently lang to.
Contrary to what Matibag and this Palad is saying, na ako daw tumawag. I have not called him. He called me at sinabi niya, kung 6:52 in the morning, he called me, kung sinet up nila ako, binibigyan ako ng abogado, ayaw ko ng abogado. Ha? Kunan mo ako ng abogado.
This is alias Ken.
Alias Ken. Oh,
Okay.
Ha? That's our conversation.
This happened on the day he was after the day he was apprehended.
So 28, this was 30 in the morning.
Okay.
July 30. Sabi niya, yung daughter ko tatawag sa'yo, mag-coordinate, pagbigyan mo ko ang abogado. So I called up some friends. May abogado kaming pinapapunta doon.
Okay.
Nagkausap sila
Pero
ng
Kong Jing,
abogado.
just to be clear lang,
Yes, yes.
all that you're saying, whether it's a call, whether it's a text, those are all preserved. According to Attorney Pala, these texts or calls were all preserved in the cell phone of
Yeah, I
alias
don't
Ken.
care.
So are you willing to present yours or have you presented to NBI your...
No, I have not presented, but I have, it's all
So
kasi
are you-
baka mamaya patayin din nila. So, pinotograph ko.
According to them also, you have been deleting messages, but they have preserved it because you're not using apparently yung deleted forever.
Whether they say I've deleted or not, if they have that, then they present that.
Yes.
I'm not afraid.
Because what they're saying
on the
also-
contrary,
Oo nga.
ako ang magpipresent ng mga messages namin.
Which shows
Which shows that he was prodding me and prodding me. In fact,
Si alias Ken.
Si alias Ken. Halos every week. He was so excited to proceed with this. Nandun lahat sa messages namin. So, pagdating nung time, on July 8, nakausap ko si Attorney Rondain. Sabi niya, pare, may kami ni Orly, inuman, timing ito, dalhin mo doon sa isang place. So, tinawagan ko si alias Ken. Sabi ko, ito na yung opportunity na ma-interview yung mga babae.
question lang ha.
Yes.
Sila Rui and Orly's office is in Green Hills. I mean Ortiga Center. You met in a hotel down in Ross
No.
Boulevard.
No.
No? Where did
We
you
met
meet?
at inuman nila. It's their favorite place. It's called Primo's Kitchen. It's in Katipunan.
Okay.
So, timing lang ito. Kasi I've been prodding, sabi ko, Roy, pare, bigyan mo namang lawyer kasi nangungulit ito si alias Ken. But sabi niya, pare, busy yung mga ko. So finally, nagka-timing sila noong July 15. So 1 week before, sinabihan na niya ako na magkaroon kami ng inuman. Pwede mo nang dalhin yung So we went there.
Napanood ko sa news kasi one of their lawyers, sila Attorney Ondain, has been subpoenaed by the NBI.
Kahapon, pumunta na.
Kahapon ba? Regarding the participation of Congressman Libiste.
Walang
dito.
from my end, walang kinalaman si Libiste. At saka wala kami talagang sinabing magbabayad ng pera because feeling ko, nung una naming conversation ni Lito, parang gusto niya nga. Kasi, feeling din niya. Pero, later on, sinabi niya, later on our conversation, sabi niya, kung paano naman, kung makapag-affidavit na sila, baka mamaya, paghuhulihin kami, wala kaming panggastos. Sabi ko, saka na natin pag-usapan yung kasi hindi pa nga natin nalalaman kung anong sasabihin ng mga
Do you have any text message that says that the offer really came from alias Ken?
No.
The money, the 6 million?
Came from Leviste?
No. The offer of the asking for money of 6 million. Who offered that amount?
Siyang I have a text message. Mapapahiya daw siya kung hindi siya babayaran. So, it came from him Na?
And the amount mentioned was 6 million?
6 million, tapos sabi niya, binaba ko na nga na 5.5 Tapos sabi niya, bibigyan ka naman kita ng 500,000 na commission.
So it was not according to Attorney Palad, it was a negotiation that you offered.
No, there was never a negotiation.
Tinawaran mo raw.
No, I never, all our text message does not say anything. Sinasabi ko lang, kasi nagpa-follow up siya, nakausap mo na ba si Kong Liv? Sabi ko, busy yung tao na yun At saka, maraming kalaban yun, hindi nag-ano yun So, never was any time.
Magkaibigan tayo, Manong Gina, magkabatch tayo sa Congress. No. We talk freely.
Bakit may ganong pasakali?
No, kaya ako sinabi ko because I am about to ask him a question na it's up to you whether you will respond to it. You thought, nakalaman mo yung information, you thought about it, you executed a plan, di ba? Against this top official. Sabi ko nga kanina, legally, maintindihan ko yung laban ng mga politiko. Politically, maintindihan ko yung bakbakan ng mga politiko. Pero technically, this is already non-legal, non-political, but personal, which will impact on politics for obvious reasons. Now, parang sobrang polarized na yung politika natin na even at this level, maiisip na natin to. Now, is it fair to say, Manong, you masterminded this to malign this official?
No. It was not masterminding to malign. It is for the country. A certain official who has purportedly or allegedly committed certain offenses, so like probably drugs or whatever, or he has to be exposed kasi official yan
But why if the only person who has a vested interest in bringing down Executive Secretary Recto has always been Congressman Leviste.
Yeah.
Well, a friend of mine filed a plunder case against him, si Tony Liachun. Maraming tayong interest.
But that was a very, like what Nani was saying, that was a very legal way of fighting. And it was not very personal. This was pretty personal, nobody does that. Even
Whether
assuming
it's personal or for me, I am obligated. It may be anybody else.
No, because there's an interest on Congressman Leviste because there's a pending suit from the DOE demanding from him the return of 27 billion because he failed to honor his renewables contracts with DOE.
Ed, as far as Congressman Leviste is concerned, wala po kaming pinag-usapan tungkol dito.
Okay.
Wala.
Text message, phone call.
Walang text message, walang phone call.
Kasi
hindi ko naman siya, nakakasama ko siya once doon sa isang rally, but I didn't have a chance to really know him. It was the idea of Mr. De Guzman na since wala pa kaming pinag-usapan tungkol sa pera, but he was insisting, his idea was, kalaban naman yung dalawa, baka pwede mong siya yung mag-finance. It's not us offering him na ipipinance ni Leviste ito.
have you spoken to Congressman Leandro Leviste prior to, during, and subsequent to the honey trap operation?
I have not
At all?
spoken to him.
The other question I'd like to ask you,
Yes.
because Attorney Raymond Palad waived already, what's the name? Alias Ken, waived his right against self-incrimination. Are you willing to present all these texts and waive your right against self-incrimination and present all these texts? your cell phone to the NBI? Because that would be the basis for saying who's saying the
In
truth. or
fact,
not.
in my affidavit, if ever, no? Kasi nasa investigation pa naman
Yeah, nga.
Nagbigay na ako ng sagot ko. I respected the NBI. My lawyer has submitted my affidavit.
So meron na po kayo sinabmit sa NBI?
Meron akong sinabmit.
Wala pa kayong sumbina?
Hindi, nagsupina na sila.
Okay.
Nagsagot na ako. And I have denied all these allegations. I have said that we have all the documents to show whatever their allegations are. And at the proper time, kasi ang NBI naman nasa investigation pa. If ever, at the time that they will file it with the DOJ for any offense, then that's the time we will submit ourselves.
Personally, do you think, Manong, na yung pag-alis ni Congressman Libiste at saka si Senator Ligada has something to do with this particular case?
I would not have any idea.
Nakabalik ka ba si Senator Ligada? I'm not sure kung
Wala
nakabalik
pa.
na. Wala
Extended
pa.
medical leave.
Extended
Basta ang
medical.
bottom line ito, tangyan ko, yung si alias Ken, at saka yung babae, scripted yung sinasabi nila.
Congressman
Because
Jing,
it's their word against us.
Yes,
yes.
Wala kaming
He said, she said.
wala kaming frame up. The information which were noted by Attorney Mindiola, kilala mo si Attorney Mindiola, sinummarize niya yung conversation niya sa mga babae. It was all galing sa kanila.
Kong Jing, who's your lawyer now in this case? Sila
Si
Ronda In?
Attorney Tolentino, Mark Tolentino.
Not with Ronda In?
No.
Yung nakapulang coat.
My only relationship here, bakit si Roy? Because magkaklase kami and we've been good friends.
But what is very odd here is, although you're saying that Congressman Leandro Levisте is never involved, the funny thing is, the lawyer of record of Congressman Leandro Levisste is part of the Ronda In law firm, and she concealed her association with the Ronda In law firm by putting her name in the in the letterhead. However, maintaining the corporate address of the law firm.
Hindi ko na alam yung point na yan. As far as I'm concerned, my only ugnayan with Rui Randain, personal, nothing to do with this law office, is from time to time I consult him. And in this particular, humingi ako ng tulong sa kanya para ma-interview itong mga
Kasi
mga babae na ito.
ang very curious lang, kilala niyo si Rui, kilala niyo si Orly, tapos kinuha suddenly ang abogado ni Leandro is also the Rui Ronda In law firm, and the link is you.
I don't think, masyadong wild imagination.
Because that's
Masyado ng stretch yung...
That is the theory of the NBI.
Yun ang theory nila because they really want to link. In fact, a friend of mine, hindi ko na lang sabihin, asked me, sinabi daw ni Melvin na sabihin mo na lang doon sa kaibigan mo, ilaglag na lang niya si Libiste. So they're after him because of the political Pero why would I implicate somebody who is not even part of this?
Okay.
Incidental lang siguro. I'm not even aware na lawyer pala yung anak ni Rui or sino ba ni Libiste. I was not aware of that. Our relationship was, we were classmates.
Okay.
We've been good friends. Naghumingi lang ako ng lawyer to help. And it's very clear from the statement of Attorney Mindiola, who happens to be your good friend, sinabi naman niya na I was only interviewing.
Sandali, may hanging question tayo. Ikaw na magtanong.
Well, actually, paano unang nakarating sa NBI ang nasabing usapan noong July 31? Ganyan, nagkaroon pa kayo ng meeting noong July 26. Una pa lang, bakit may koneksyon ka kay alias Ken na questionable ang mga activities? Sa inyo po yung tanong, Kong Jing.
Well, you cannot avoid, anybody na nag-offer ng business, di ba?
Right.
He was not only a pimp, but he was also producing. matitino naman yung mga iba niyang mga artista.
How so?
Na
Puro Viva Max, sabi niyo.
Kung naman porque Viva Max.
No, wait, sorry. Kasi the word pimp was used. Iba yung word na yun, iba yung producer. So I was just trying to clarify. Manong Jing, sorry. I just had to ask.
I didn't prejudge them naman eh. Because
Okay.
they may be doing this, but they may be good persons. So, hindi mo natin, you
Trabaho
cannot
lang.
condemn them.
That I would understand. I apologize if I didn't mean
so,
that
pwede
that
naman
way.
maging
I apologize.
kaibigan natin eh. Lalaki lang tayo. Pwede.
Biyudo pa.
Biyudo pa. So,
Okay.
it's not bad to make friends with beautiful women, so to speak, no? So, yun po ang ano dyan.
Okay.
But ito nga, sasabihin ko sa publiko, whatever they are alleging, ang importante nito, ano ang nangyari? Was there a frame-up or was there real statements made by these women which were captured in the interview?
So, let's go back to the hanging question.
Okay.
Paano una nakarating si NBI itong usapan nung July 31 samantalang meron na kayong naging mga meeting nung July 28? May hindi ba nasunod na usapan kaya nag-whistleblower sila?
Actually, nung first meeting, where they were 4 women na in-interview ni Attorney Mindiola, wala pang masyadong usapin tungkol sa pera na ini-insist niya na bayaran sila. Okay? Tapos, for 2 hours na interview sila, natapos because the girls have other appointments, we set for another meeting, which was July 26.
Okay.
Doon sa July 26, hindi na sumipot yung mga babae. So, hindi natapos yung interview. But there were already notes taken by Attorney Mindiola kung anong sinabi nila. Ang dumating doon sa meeting is one of the girls, a certain Roxanne, and this girl na pangalan na Julia. Itong Julia, naging kakilala ko na rin ito. No? And
You don't know her biblically, ha? In the biblical
And
sense.
ito yung sinasabi ni Ken sa akin. Ito yung paborito ng top official. So, noong video na nakita na huli nga kung dumating, kasama ni alias Ken yung Julia, hindi yung alias Jen. Doon sa video, si Julia, si alias Ken, si Attorney Mindiola, ako at saka, I think, Attorney Rondain was there at saka may 2 pang lawyers na andoon. The purpose for that second meeting was supposed to be tapusin yung interview doon sa 4, tapos nag-promise si Lito na magdala pa siya ng additional. But it turns out na hindi niya nadala yung mga babae, kundi yung Julia lang at saka yung dati. Ngayon, nung magsasalita na yung Julia, hinarang ni Lito. Sabi niya, bayaran mo na. Bigyan mo na kami ng down payment. Sabi ko, wala pa, hindi pa naman tayo. At saka wala naman tayong pinag-usapan na...
Kong Jing, let me ask you one thing. I hope you don't mind me asking this.
Yeah.
You obviously, alias Ken knows that you are not the ultimate benefactor. He knows someone because did you say, I have 6 million to pay you off?
No, I never.
So you didn't have the financial capability to negotiate with him about the money. And so therefore, but he continued to negotiate with you because he knew you had someone who can pay the 6 million. And that someone appears to be, based on their transaction, based on their testimony, was Congressman Leandro Leviste. Because otherwise, kung alam niya wala kang pera, why will I negotiate with you?
That might be his thinking, but that is not my thinking.
But correct. But even if that was not your thinking, the fact that he knew that you were not the ultimate beneficiary of all this, why did he continue talking to you? Because alam naman niya hindi ka ang magbabayad ng 6 million.
Because wala pa kasing final We were not negotiating yet for money because at the time, tuloy-tuloy pa yung What will we be paying for if ever? If there is money at the end of the day? Kasi kaya ko namang erase yun. Kasi...
But did you say you will raise it?
I never said.
Correct, because there was obviously someone
but if
who's
there is something worth paying, Madali tayong pero wala pang worth paying eh.
But
Because-
why is it that in the middle of the discussion, they already mentioned that Leandro Leviste was there already?
Because it turns out, ngayon lang nila yan sinasabi, because it turns out pala na lawyer si Rui Dain kay Leviste. Kinoconnect na nila ngayon. Nung natuklasan nila yung mga lawyers, sabi nila,
No.
Sorry,
that
sorry.
was in the,
Okay, okay.
that was in
Yeah.
the chronology of events.
Okay. Yeah.
The existence of the lawyer of Leviste as sila Rondain came only after he was subpoenaed. He was asked to appear before the NBI and the lawyer of the Rondain lawyer sent a letter to NBI saying, I am the lawyer. That was subsequent already.
yung nagsupina na.
Yes. And so,
So,
alam niyo, hindi nila-
kinoconnect na nila na eventually it will be Leviste who will paying.
Question lang,
No, yeah.
Manong Jing. Sabi nyo kanina, sa umpisa ng kwento nyo, the name of Congressman Leviste was already mentioned
Yes.
regarding payment. Kasi nga, alam ni alias Ken, di ba, na magkalaban sila ng top official.
It was him who had the idea.
They have the idea.
He asked me to talk to Leviste if there was a problem of paying them at the end of the day.
Yes.
But I never had a chance to talk to him.
So you categorically state that wala kayong...
Wala.
Up till now, you never spoke
whatsoever,
to him?
No, I haven't spoken to him. So, it remains as it is my responsibility. At the end of the day, kung yung interview will turn out that there is really something against that official,
Yes.
and we are bound to pay, then magbili-raise ako ng pundo
pero I
para...
do talaga.
Oo.
Pero
Kasi pare,
personal na yun, boss eh.
Hindi.
Sorry.
There's nothing
Kung Jing,
personal
wala.
kasi
Yeah.
I'm one of the...
I'm not judging
I'm
you.
none of that stalwart of the opposition. We are expressing our grievance to the government.
Sorry, boss. One
Right,
last
right,
point.
right.
Sa tingin nyo ba hindi kayo niloko ni alias Ken?
Yun
Kasi
ang
ultimately, nagsabi rin siya eh.
yun ang ending, yun ang thinking ko.
Okay.
Na for all we know,
Baka kayo ang siniset
he
up.
was taking us for a ride.
Okay.
Kasi bigla na silang nag-disappear eh. Nung tatlong babae, hindi na sumipot. Nagsabi siya na may dadalhin siyang babae. Baka wala sigurong naniwala sa kanya at the end of the day. But it is his commitment na i-gather niya yung mga babae because they were the women na may experience dito sa top official.
Okay.
Kasi hindi to top official, top question. Top question. Simula nang pumutok ang issue, hindi ba umuwi sa bansa si Congressman Leandro Leviste? Ano ang huling balita nyo?
Wala akong balita kasi wala naman akong access sa kanya eh.
But as lawyers,
Actually, ang nangyari dyan, Ed, walang kinalaman si Leviste, pero it was Director Matibag that tried. Ang dami niyang mga sinasabi, ang dami niyang sinasabi na hindi naman, in reality, wala naman talagang nangyayari na gano'n.
Kung Jim, pasensya na.
Yes,
Ako muna.
yeah, go ahead.
We're both lawyers.
Yes.
We have a maxim that says flight is an admission of guilt. If he was not this is a totally unrelated situation.
Yes.
Why all of a sudden he just decided to leave the country? And as let's assume that you're an objective, you're not involved. Wouldn't that be considered as an admission of guilt when you leave? Because of our maxim, flight is an admission of guilt.
Yeah, I agree with you. Kasi yung kaso naman sa kanya, ito, minor, wala nga akong naisip kung ano ikakaso nila sa amin dito eh. Because there is no such thing as conspiracy to malign or
As an aggravating lang.
hindi ko lang alam kung that's why we're waiting for
Right.
them. But I think baka doon sa plunder. Hindi ko alam kung natakot sila doon dahil mag-ina sila. Nung in-announce ni Boeing,
yung pag-alis.
yung pag-alis, to
okay.
answer his question,
Yeah.
na, well,
Okay.
sino bang hindi matatakot dito sa gobyerno na ito? Papakulong ka, kagaya ni Marcoleta, kagaya ni Defensor. Wala namang kaso, pero nagkukulong. Ako, I won't even be surprised. They can always create si BP Sara. impeachable official pero kinakasuhan ng grave
Regular
threat. So,
grave, okay.
anything is possible under this kind of government. That's why kami sa opposition, if there is an an opportunity that one of the top officials or officials na may mga ginagawang masama, corruption, immorality, we are duty bound to expose them by any means. So ito, para sa akin, naging, para sa bayan, opportunity ito. Kung totoo man talong sinasabi ni alias Ken tungkol sa isang top official na mayroong ginagawang masama sa bayan, we are duty bound kasi hindi lang naman itong official nito, may mga ibabang mga officials tayong mga ini-expose
Right.
sa flood control, sa si Martin Romualdez, even si Saldico, kasabwat nila, he's even exposing the president and so many. So it is our duty as a citizen.
Okay.
Okay, Manong Jing, another tough question. Si Attorney Roy Rondain ay kilalang abogado ni former Congressman Saldico. Does this mean that you have communication access to Saldico as well?
No, I have no communication with Saldico. Alam ko na na siya ang abogado, pero it does not break our ties as classmates and good friends. The only reason is I ran to him to provide me with a lawyer who will interview this. And of all people, yung pang partner niya ang pina-interview niya. So, it's our word now na in-interview namin yan, nagsabi sila ng versus yung credibility nitong si alias Ken. Kasi talagang sinet up siya. So, pag sinet up ka, may kaso ka ngayon. So, baka may deal sila na ito yung sasabihin mo. Bakit nagtatakip ng muka kung magsasalita ka?
Baliktad na yung nangyari. Ibig sabihin, dati siya magkikwento tungkol sa kanila, ngayon siya na magkikwento tungkol sa inyo. Yun lang ibig sabihin ng sinabi po niyo.
Yes. Nagbaliktad na siya because he might be coach. Hindi pa rin natin malaman yan kasi ang batas kasi, if it's already in court, that's the only time you have the opportunity to cross-examine.
Yes.
Ngayon, nasa affidavit pa lang. Ikaw,
Right.
lawyer ka,
Yeah.
Attorney Ed, di ba?
Okay.
Sabi nga ni Manong Edwin kanina, nakakatuwa tong usapan na to, nakakalungkot in a way, but at the same time, very exciting. Di ba? Kasi nga, maraming...
Why would prominent lawyers, who have attained, tagal, 1985 pa kami sa law school So, they have attained a certain level of stature. Would they just, do things, framing up a certain official, tapos gagawa? Ang hirap gumawa ng istorya, pare.
Totoo.
Yung mga detalya, yung mga gano'n. Kung hindi galing sa someone who's experienced.
A whistleblower or
A
something
whistleblower. These women are whistleblower na natambangan lang ahead of time.
Okay, I like that word. So, Manong Jing, maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat po.
Sa